Our pets are our best friends, our closest companions. Loving them and taking care of them is one of the great joys of life. But for many of the world's poorest people, proper veterinary care is a wish. Paying for it is a dream. Often these people are miles from the nearest veterinarian and other basic services. Transportation is a constant problem. Frequently, access to electricity and even to running water is a challenge. Hard to imagine? Then imagine also having to stand by and watch a pet suffer, helpless to provide for the animal you love. This is when the International Fund for Animal Welfare, or IFAW, steps in to make a difference in the lives of pets and people. Founded in 1969, IFAW was established on the idea that the well-being of all animals is linked to our own. Out of IFAW's mission to build a better world for animals and people has sprung a commitment to help dogs and cats in poor communities around the world. In 1992, apartheid was in its death throes. As South Africa crept towards democracy, conflicts in the townships exploded in violence. IFAW's Cora Bailey answered a call one day to rescue the dogs of families forced to flee the violence in the informal settlements outside Johannesburg.
I'm going to take him because he has to go to the hospital. He's very sick. So many animals suffer in the townships, not because of cruelty, but because people have nowhere to take them.
It quickly became apparent that veterinary services simply were not available to poor people in these areas. Many people were out of work, destitute, and living with high levels of HIV infection and AIDS. Nonetheless, the affection and loyalty these people received from their pets made their lives bearable, gave them hope and a small sliver of joy. Cora Bailey could not forget what she saw. She returned to this community and soon visited many others, navigating the dirt roads of western Johannesburg in a truck loaded with pet food, flea dip, medicines, and vaccines to prevent worms, rabies, and distemper. This original project, funded by IFAW donors, has now expanded to more than 40 impoverished communities in and around Johannesburg, providing free vet care and helping hundreds of animals a week. With the help of donors like you, IFAW now operates similar programs across the globe. The stray dog population in Moscow is estimated to be around 30,000 animals. Since 1999, IFAW's Companion Animals program has included a mobile veterinary clinic that has helped tens of thousands of dogs and cats. In 2007, the program expanded to include a permanent veterinary clinic constructed in cooperation with Moscow authorities. IFAW has since been asked to assist in developing better animal regulations for the city. In Bali, dogs often live on whatever scraps of food they can find as they roam local markets, beaches, and streets. Many dogs suffer from chronic skin conditions. IFAW donors funded a mobile clinic to provide sterilization and primary vet care for these animals in partnership with a team of local veterinarians. In China, countless dogs and cats are suffering. IFAW is leading the campaign to give desperately needed care to as many animals as possible. From its office in Beijing, IFAW staff work around the clock to improve government pet care policies. With a focus on rescue, adoption, and humane education, thousands of animals are cared for and given homes. In Mexico City, there is a severe pet overpopulation problem. In 2002, IFAW entered into an agreement with the veterinary school at the University of Mexico to provide spaying, neutering, and vaccinations for dogs and cats in targeted areas. On Mexico's Caribbean coast, the island of Cozumel has a similar problem of pet overpopulation. Thousands of stray dogs and cats are in poor physical condition, scavenging for food in local dumps. IFAW is committed to working with local veterinarians to develop a spay-neuter program, rehome strays, and work with local people to increase awareness of animal issues. Many First Nations communities in northern Canada are so remote that they have little or no access to veterinary care. In the James Bay Cree Nation in northern Quebec, IFAW teams travel to difficult-to-reach inland communities to spay and neuter pets, administer vaccinations, and treat animals for disease. A similar problem confronts the Navajo Nation, which stretches across a vast region in the southwestern United States. Since 1998, IFAW donors have funded primary veterinary care and community outreach programs in the Navajo Nation. And back in South Africa, in addition to the work in Johannesburg, a project for companion animals now serves the settlements around Cape Town. Guided by IFAW and supported by donors, this project continues to grow, providing veterinary care for the pets of millions of people living in extreme poverty. In all of these companion animal projects around the world, there are 4 primary ways that IFAW helps people and their pets. Provide free or subsidized veterinary care, which includes spaying, neutering, vaccinations, and deworming. Educate communities how to better care for their animals. Find homes for as many animals as possible. And seek to implement and enforce laws aimed at improving animal welfare. Community involvement is integral to the success in achieving these goals and for tackling root problems and creating lasting solutions.
For thousands and thousands of years, dogs and cats have been really wonderful to us, giving us much more love than we really have been giving them lately. So we're trying to help distressed animals around the world. We're trying to do spay and neuter programs. We're trying to help veterinary situations, especially in poor communities and distressed communities around the world. And that's really our specialty.
Your donations will allow IFAW to continue this vitally important work, support local veterinarians, provide medicines and surgical supplies, and educate people about humane pet care. Dogs and cats are usually our first introduction to the animal world and foster a caring attitude in us toward all animals, wild or domesticated. They give us so much, and now more than ever, they need us to give back. There are many more animals in need. Your donations will enable IFAW to expand programs within existing locations and initiate programs in new ones. You can play a major role in helping dogs and cats around the world. Please give to IFAW. Go to IFAW's website, learn about our programs, get involved.